This hawk had OCD chips on both sides. Hi there, and welcome back to my channel. So if you missed my first video, my name is Caitlin, and I have made the possibly dumb decision to start an equestrian themed YouTube channel at the age of 26 as a space where I can sort of track my training journey with my young horse, as well as to have a space where I can talk about issues in the equine world that I care about or that I think need more recognition or more discussion surrounding them. So the video that I'm bringing you today is one that I actually started filming in April of 2021, almost a year ago now, which is when I originally started thinking about making a YouTube channel. It's a video that tracks at a very important event in my horse's life and in our journey together, and it also includes some of my favorite footage and memories that I've ever captured with my horse. So in April of 2021, my horse Merlin went for surgery at the University of Montreal Vet Hospital in St. Hyacinthe, Quebec, here in Canada. He was going there for two different things, one of which was the fact that he was cryptorchid. That basically means that one of his testicles hadn't descended and he had to be put under general anesthetic in order to be gelded. And the second thing was that he actually had OCD chips or OCD lesions in two joints that we knew of. And it was really important for those chips to be removed in a fairly timely fashion so that those chips didn't have a super big impact on his future sport career, soundness, and comfort. I bought Merlin in May of 2020, and the first couple months were great, spending time together, figuring out each other's quirks. And then in July, I noticed that on one of his hocks, I think it was his right hind hock, had some weird swelling in like the pocket of the hock in the back. I'll put a picture somewhere here on the screen so you can see. And I waited a couple of days before starting to worry, because horses are horses and sometimes they get weird swellings because they slipped or something like that, and it goes away and it's not a cause for concern. After a few days, it didn't go away. So after some consultation with my coach, we decided to get him x-rayed the next time the vet came out, which happened to be 2 weeks later at the end of July, just to make sure, to see if it was possibly OCD chips, which, spoiler alert, it ended up being. By the time that the vet came out, a similar swelling had appeared in the opposite hock. Not as big, but still significant enough to cause concern. So our vet came out and we ended up taking 3 x-rays of the hock where the swelling first appeared. And that was enough to confirm that there was some sort of anomaly that warranted my vet referring Merlin to the vet hospital for consultation and most likely surgery. My vet, and also in consultation with the vets at the teaching hospital, said that it wouldn't hurt him to wait for the winter and for the surgery to be done in the spring. So this was end of July 2020. The surgery ended up happening in April of 2021. By the time that January came around, it was time to call and get a referral, because once the referral was done, it was still a few months before you would get in for the surgery. Vet hospitals have a waiting list at the best of times, and this was COVID times, which means that the wait times were even longer. So after calling for the referral in mid-January, I got a call, I want to say on the weekend. It was like a Friday or a Saturday. And the vet was like, can you bring Merlin on Tuesday? We have space for him next week. And it was all very quick. Luckily, my coach was able to bring him on the day and bring him back the day that they projected he would be ready to come home. The video that follows are some clips that I took while he was away and in the couple days after he got home, detailing the first bit of the rehab process. But before I get into that part of the video, I just want to talk a little bit about what OCD is and some symptoms and what can cause it. Keeping in mind that while I am a keen student of the horse, I am not a vet. I don't have any, educational experience in veterinary medicine. So what I'm going to be reading is part of an article from the American College of Veterinary Surgeons. OCD stands for osteochondritis dissecans, and it's a relatively common developmental disease in horses that affects the cartilage and bone in the joints. So you'll see it in places like hocks, stifles, fetlocks, knees. Basically, the cartilage in the joints of an OCD horse doesn't form normally, which causes the cartilage and bone underneath it to become irregular in thickness and weaker than in normal horses, which can cause the development of cartilage and bone flaps that can either remain partially attached to the bone or break off and float around in the joint. this is going to become important for later. These loose flaps and areas of abnormal cartilage and bone cause inflammation in the joint, and over time it may lead to the development of arthritis. And it's usually caused by a combination of several factors acting together, such as rapid growth and large body size. This is what we think was the main cause for Merlin's OCD, because when I bought him as an 11-month-old, he was 14.3 hands. A very big, not even yearling. Nutrition can have an aspect. Part of it might have been genetic. There is a risk of OCD being partially inherited. There's some hormonal imbalance issues, and also trauma and exercise. So trauma, including routine exercise, is often involved in the formation and loosening of the OCD flap. We sort of think together it was mostly rapid growth and large body size, but also possibly some genetics, but we have no idea. So that is what OCD is. Now I will turn to Caitlin from nearly a year ago to lead you through the process of what happened while he was gone and his first few days home. So today is Tuesday, April 20th. I got a call yesterday from the veterinary hospital at the University of Montreal saying that Merlin could come on Wednesday for his surgery that we've been on the waiting list for a few months. He leaves this afternoon. It's currently about probably 9 a.m. and he's getting his feet done this morning. I'm gonna give him a nice brush, and then we're gonna load him and he'll be off. And here's the handsome boy finishing up his feet. Little, very tired, as you can see. Little does he know that last night was his last night outside for probably 3 months. What are you doing? Mommy's nervous for you, isn't she? Yeah. Mommy's nervous for you. Clearly he doesn't look too phased, but he doesn't know what's coming. Hi, you. Hi. Can you smile? Can you smile? I know. Are you nervous? Oh. So we're gonna load up on the trailer in about 20 minutes. I think he knows something's up because he's definitely a little stressed. He can probably sense that I'm a little bit stressed too, because I'm nervous and I want him, you know, to be healthy and for nothing to go wrong. Because you're my pride and joy, aren't you? I just got back to Ottawa and thought that I would give a little update. Merlin left around noon. He followed me straight onto the trailer like the absolute wonderful boy that he is. I was shipping him in a loose box, and last I heard he was munching happily on some hay and was really chill on the trailer. Based on my understanding, tonight he'll just chill. Tomorrow he'll have his examination where they'll do all the x-rays. Thursday he'll have his surgery. Friday will be for like observation, just to make sure that there's no complications, and then he's recovering from the general anesthetic. Okay, then Saturday he can come home. So it's now Wednesday afternoon, and it occurred to me that I haven't done a Merlin update since he left yesterday afternoon. So last night I got a call from the vet, and she just wanted to know some general information about Merlin. I learned that his x-rays were going to be happening this morning, so Wednesday morning, and then if all went well, he was going to go into surgery Wednesday afternoon, so this afternoon. I got a call from the vet 11:30, so about an hour ago, and they did the full x-ray. They gave me an option of just doing his hocks, like just x-raying his hocks, which we knew definitely had OCD lesions or OCD chips. That would have been obviously a little bit cheaper because you don't have to do the full set of x-rays, or doing the full x-ray, which means that they x-ray basically all of the leg joints for OCD lesions. I decided to go that way just because, even though it's an extra, you know, $500 I think to get the full examination done, it was worth that for my peace of mind, if that makes sense. Just my luck, I would just do the hocks and he would have OCD in another joint and it would go undiagnosed and he'd come up lame, you know, in 4 or 5 years. Turns out that he does have OCD in both hocks, but he also has a small chip in his left front fetlock. When he has, well, he's currently in surgery. He's able to have all procedures done at once. So he's getting his 2 hocks, left front fetlock done for OCD, and then he's having his gelding at the same time. Obviously, there are some risks to putting such a big animal under anesthesia. They can colic mildly after it happens, and so they're very careful about reintroducing feeding. She said his prognosis looks promising because luckily none of the chips were actually detached from the joint. They are bone chips, but they're not kind of free floating in the cartilage, which is awesome. Hopefully, as long as we follow, you know, the vet's rehab schedule and do everything properly, he should make a full recovery and have a wonderfully long dressage and show jumping and hopefully cross country career. So a little update on Merlin. It's now Friday evening and he gets to come home tomorrow. I got a call from the vet last night. Basically, she was just updating me on how he was doing like post-surgery, and he was doing really well. He was bright and happy and perky in a stall. His appetite had returned, which I didn't, you know, there was never any chance of his appetite not returning because he's a pig, and he hadn't passed that much manure. She said that that's pretty normal, and they would sort of keep an eye out overnight and into today to make sure that he was passing manure. But she said the way that he was acting, it was just probably a matter of time. Oh my God, how funny is it that about not even 3 minutes after I hit stop on the last clip, I got a call from the vet. Merlin is doing really well. He passed a lot of manure last night and is, you know, happy camper, ready to go home tomorrow. So it's Saturday. I haven't updated at all today. I've been a bundle of nerves. Merlin is almost home. He'll be home in about 15 minutes. He loaded right onto the trailer apparently, and it was super good. So I'm so excited. It's been very weird being at the barns the last 3 times I've been out and he hasn't been here.
Hi, handsome. Oh, you're thirsty after a long trailer ride?
Merlin. Excuse me, no. Oh, thank you so much for helping me. I appreciate it more than you know. Don't eat out! Day 1, time to clean his stall. And he's a very messy horse, so this ought to be good.
I got my head out the sunroof, I'm blasting our favorite tunes. I only got one thing on my mind. You got me stuck on the thought of you. You're making me feel brand new. You're more than a sunshine in my eyes. You got those pretty eyes in your head, you know it. You got me dancing in my bed, so let me show it. You are exactly what I want, kinda cool and kinda not. Wanna give myself to you.
I swear, if you pick that up and dump it like you did yesterday, Merlin, that is a broom, not hay. That is a broom. No, it's not hay. It's a corn broom. Stop. The absolutely bonkers thing about like his stall right now is that he has a hay ball. He also has a pretty big slow feeder hay net. He also has 2 horse. Merlin, let go. No. Hey, hey! Stop. Let go. This is not cool. Let go. No, you're not gonna start ruining brooms. Anyways, he also has 2 full-size buckets. This one is empty. And this one is like, you can't really see, it's like only a third full. So he drinks a lot of water. I'm gonna need to make sure that when I leave for the night that his water buckets are like super full because you're a thirsty boy. According to his discharge papers, the stall needs to be kept really, really clean. So my plan is give it a really good clean in the mornings. I'm currently working as a TA and I have a grading deadline in a few days. So I'm gonna sort of set myself up in the barn and do my grading. And if I notice him pee or poop, I'll pretty much clean it up straight away, and that'll keep it clean, and then maybe add shavings at the end of the day if I need it. Yeah. Oh my goodness, we're going for a walk. Okay. Hi. Oh. Where are we going? I've set up a little workstation for myself in the corner of his stall, and I'm gonna get some work done. I'm not gonna be this insane, like staying with him in his stall the whole time he's in. It's just these first few days I want to make sure everything's okay, especially until I get his first bandage change done, which I think I'm gonna have to do tomorrow. And I just like hanging out with them.
I know you said I will wait for you if you want me to. It's hard to find sometimes. Wrote a song about it, now I know my heart is fine. And I just hope you get though, cause I have some things now. Got another chance, but you're smoking with the windows down. Alcohol and cigarettes is early death, but something about it calms you down. Down. And now you're feeling so alone. Never been in a city that ever felt like home. And you don't really know why.
Oh, Bobby, you're breaking my heart. Oh, goodness. You goofy man. Well, I was meant to be working right now. That's not gonna happen. Because this beautiful boy decided to lay down right next to where I was working. Now we're chilling together. You, sir, have a heavy head. He's fast asleep.
I was living in the moment, caring about my own shit. Being the person I thought I was, I should have owned it. Danced around the throne and didn't care about it. Never saw you, honey, in my mind I thought it was the distance. I miss us. Tell me how you feel, because I didn't think it'd be this hard to fix us. Cause I still miss us.
Just had to roll, didn't you? You goofy boy. Good morning. So it's now Tuesday, April 26th. Today's Merlin's second full day back at home. Third day since he got home. He got home on Saturday. I've already given him his meds today. He needs his bandages changed and temperature checked still. But I'm about to do his stall. He's in a very good mood today. He laid down yesterday with me and then saw that he laid down and slept for almost an hour last night. So he seems to be a lot perkier and happier today. I think he got some much needed snoozle time. Oh my god, you're so cute. I just took his temperature and he's at a good 37.7. Yesterday he was 37.5, so that's good. As long as he's not over a 38.5, there's no cause for worry. Now I need to look up how to change his bandages, because yeah, I've never done anything like it before. So this is his left hind hock. Bandages look okay. They're rolling down a bit, but other than that, it's fine. His front is also fine, but his right hind hock is burst out, which is why I have to change these today. I've sterilized my scissors, so I'm going to remove the bandage on the front leg first. the sort of sterile things that I need, and then 3 quilts, 1 for each leg. So this is why there needs to be so many layers, because there is dirt in there. So I don't know if you can even see, but the stitches are right here. Sort of see right there. I did my first bandage as a test run. I think it looks pretty good. He's running out of hay, so I'm gonna get him some more of that. And then I'm gonna do the hocks. Haha. There wasn't any of this on his front one, but there is some discharge. I don't know if you can see some coloring, yellow coloring. That is what the inside of it looks like. So there was some discharge. There was none of this on his front leg. And I'll give you guys a quick look at the sutures because the lighting is actually decent. So there's one, there's the other. This hawk had OCD chips on both sides. This one and the front only had them on one side. Here we go. Bandage number 2. This sticky stuff goes on so that it doesn't stick to the wound.
You're such a good man. Yeah, you're such a good man.
Well, bandages are changed. I had to turn the camera off and get someone to help me for the last one because he was getting bored and was just impatient. So that's okay. Not bad for a not even 2-year-old. This is my changed front bandage. And then left hind. Oh, I know. Left hind. And, oh, I need to put another piece down the back. It's a few hours after I changed the bandages. This boy has had a very chill afternoon and we're actually gonna go out for some grass. So he is technically on stall rest for 2 weeks, but there is a patch of grass about like 5 meters from the barn. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna go out for some grass and I'm sure you'll enjoy it very much. So that was the process of Merlin going for surgery and his first few days home. He was on stall rest for 2 weeks, after which we were able to start hand walking him for 5 minutes twice a day. After that first week of hand walking 5 minutes twice a day, we gradually increased until he was up to 10 minutes twice a day after 2 weeks. That would have brought us to a month post-surgery. Following that period of stall rest and hand walking, we could either turn him out in a small outdoor pen about 30 feet by 30 feet or continue the hand walking until we were up to 30 minutes twice a day. So I decided to go the turnout route. The idea was he would be in that small turnout pen for about a month, which would have brought us to 2 months post-surgery. And then that 3rd month, he could go out in a slightly larger paddock before going out in his normal field exactly 3 months post-surgery. Now, unfortunately, because horses are horses, it didn't quite go that way. And after about 2.5 weeks out in that smaller turnout pen, he decided to let us know that he wanted to be with his friends and he was acting up a bit, bucking, rearing, really potentially causing more damage to the joints that were meant to be healing. We decided to take a bit of a risk and turn him out in a smaller sort of dry lot, and it ended up working out really, really well. He was out there for about 5 weeks before going out with his normal herd. During that sort of 3rd month post-surgery, which would have been July, I gradually started introducing him to grazing in small areas and then eventually letting him out with these 2 mares in a grass field that's sort of semi-attached to the paddock that he was in. And eventually we were able to let him roam free between the 2 paddocks on a much larger turnout than he was meant to be having, but he was so chill about it. He rarely ran around, and we were at a point where it was okay for him to be moving a bit anyway. After the 3 months, he was back out with his friends and all was well. The question is, what did this surgery mean for his potential as a sport horse or as a riding horse? When I found out, my main concern was that it would cause him pain and unsoundness. I didn't even think of potentially not having a horse that I could do eventing with. It was just more about, I want him to be okay. The good news was that when they went in and removed the chips, none of them had detached from the bone and weren't free floating in the joint, which meant that they didn't cause any damage to the cartilage, which was fantastic. When the vet called me after his surgery, she said that his prognosis for a sound, happy life was excellent, and his prognosis for sport was very good to excellent. As long as I take my time with him, don't push him too much as a young horse, which no one should do anyway, he should have no issue going on to do what I'm hoping we will do together. That is it for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed coming along on this journey and seeing a glimpse into one of the most stressful few months of my life. Obviously, it's a big, expensive surgery, so it did cause a lot of financial worry, but it all worked out well in the end, and we're both happy campers now. If you enjoyed this and want to follow along on more of mine and Merlin's journey, please give it a like, comment down below, and hit that all-important subscribe button. But until next time, I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are, and I will see you next week. Bye!